Well, all righty. We hit the live. And this being my first, I hope all is coming out well. Audio, video, everything. I'm going to see if I can't get on here as well and open up a YouTube channel so that I can see maybe that it's live. Because I'm looking at all you guys through StreamYard. And we'll just hope that it is. And if you see me, hear me, leave me a comment, please. Because I don't see it coming up yet. You are live, Pooch. Good deal. Of course, I can't see it on my side just quite yet. I can see it through the StreamYard, but not through actual. There we go. Now it's popping up. I know there is a little bit of delay and all of that. So, well, I'm excited to do this. I figured, what the heck, join the crowd and have a live YouTube. And I appreciate all you folks that are in here right now. And I don't really know what to expect. I don't really know how many might come in. I put it out there early today, but we'll just see how it goes. And hopefully it goes pretty good. And of course, this is just an opportunity for me to pose myself rather than through a video to all you folks. So like the thumbnail said, hot mic, and it's open. I'm willing and able to hopefully answer anything. And I do have some backup here. I got my pretty back there in the back in case if I get all tongue-tied and twisted. She'll gladly sit in and maybe watch some of the comments and help me out with a question or two if I miss them or don't see them. But say hi to my pretty. This is my wife, Tish.
Hi, everybody.
And she does, I think some of you folks have probably caught maybe one of her radio shows on Facebook or whatever, but she does do a radio show, so she's not too shy behind the mic or even the camera when it's streaming on Facebook. But Elaine and Piggy, I see you folks, and you know, which I think you probably already saw, y'all got the wrench. I thought, I'm doing that right off the bat, so I have somebody that knows what they're doing and can help me out. If you so kindly don't mind, I appreciate it. And there's Brian with the Vineyard Farmhouse, and I think I saw Joyce Stewart in here a little bit ago too, but hey, check out the shirt. Everybody needs a friend named Pooch. And I think I even saw 12 Stone Ranch in here as well a little bit ago. What's up, buddy? Look forward to maybe meeting you someday, make a meet up and glad hand with each other. Of course, with all of y'all. I'd love to glad hand, but I'm pretty good at that. But yeah, don't know what to expect out of my first. It'll probably be all over the place, but I didn't really put together any type of plan or scenario. I just was going to lay it out there and do it. So that's how I'm rolling. And maybe you guys might ask something if you feel the need and want to, or know anything that I can't tell you. But my little old channel is probably 3 months old and trying to expand it and grow it, and with projects and whatever I got to do, I plan on doing and sharing with you guys. Of course, I don't have time to do some of them big projects like some of them other folks, but I'll be able to do those one day. May not get them done as quick either, but I'll definitely be doing stuff, whether it be t-shirts back here, something outside, whatever it may be. But you'll be witnessing it all as well. And I do enjoy watching all you other guys. So you didn't meet 12 Stones Ranch. Shoot that. I don't think I did. If I did, I met so many people, but if I did, I'm glad I met you. But who knows? We'll meet again one day for sure. And everybody's getting. My first live was with Brian on the Vineyard Farmhouse, and that was a good one. I appreciate him putting me up there on his channel to kind of get me to break that icy feeling, not feel so bad about being on a live. And I did a little live Sunday that was a test impromptu, figuring while everybody was sleeping I wouldn't make a fool of myself, but I went live with it, and I had a couple people break in there and leave me some comments. That's mainly what I was looking for, was to be able to just see how this worked and be able to work it and know what I was pushing or not pushing right. But it went pretty well. And Red Bird Farm, I see you too, ma'am. Appreciate you coming in. But I also needed my pretty in here with me too. Some of you folks might even have more questions for her than me, but
I'm happy to answer any questions. And
she really enjoyed being on Brian's live when I was on there, and isn't that where a lot of people was?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So that was pretty good too. But this is my team with our shirts and printing shirts, putting them out there. We're actually doing a little convention this weekend, a women's conference that we'll be setting up our little booth at. So that'll be good. But, we do a lot of shirts for our church and friends, different people. And they come out from nowhere sometimes wanting some of our stuff. And we are redoing the Treasure Hunter. We are redoing the website and the store. So maybe didn't want the shop mixed up with Pooch on Full Blown Country. So
yeah. I didn't, because it's too much
chaos.
It is chaos. It's too much Pooch, and like our business is different from that. But it looks like someone asked how we met.
T&J Homestead, thank you. How are you folks? Somebody asked how we met.
Yes, and I'm happy to share that if you like.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can tell them how we met. It's kind of crazy. We did go to school together. We grew up here in Crowley, and we were in the same 6th grade, 5th grade homeroom class. And I pulled out some pictures one day that I had, or my mother had given me. And there was a lot of the older pictures from us being kids. And her and I were already married too, wasn't we? Or together?
I think so, yeah.
But anyway, I pulled those pictures out, and we was looking at them, and baby said, "Hey, there's me." And then all of a sudden we realized, well, there's me in the back too. So we were in the same 6th grade homeroom class. And that was funny for both of us.
Well, no, because when we went to your mom's house, I said, how come your mom has a picture of me in my 6th grade class? And then I looked, because I went through the rows in the picture, and I noticed that I knew everybody. And then I was like, hey, there's you. Like, we really didn't, or I really didn't remember being in the same, we didn't really remember being in the same elementary school class.
Not together. In that class. I mean.
But that was 100 years ago. And then it was actually through a prayer request.
Mm-hmm.
For Mike, a mutual friend of ours at my church had submitted a prayer request for Mike. And I thought, oh my goodness, Mike Ross. And so I was praying for him. And then there was one night, it was like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock at night. You see the green light on Facebook. I don't know if that still happens, but I know before you saw them when somebody was on Facebook, and I noticed that you were on.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't seen or talked or spoken to ever. I think I never spoke to
30-something years.
Yeah, ever. For whatever reason, and I know it was all God, he just nudged me and said, let Mike know that you're praying for him. And so I just messaged Mike and let him know that I saw a prayer request and that I was praying for him. And then next thing you know, Mike is typing back, and I was thinking, oh Lord,
what have I done?
Yeah, what have I done? I just wanted him to know that I was praying for him. And so anyway, that's how we reconnected, and then we met up. Go ahead, baby.
Oh, well, we met at a restaurant or Spice Rack.
little club.
A little club, the first encounter. And then, of course, we parted ways and didn't think too much. I don't know what baby thought about it, but I can remember we wasn't really awkward, but I just remember her walking up when we were meeting her there. And I was like, hey, I know you. But anyway, week went by, we met again, and another week. And then all of a sudden it was kind of became daily, didn't it? And this was before we ever moved out here to the land. But this is where we spent a lot of our time out there on the shop porch. And I mean, we'd come out here quite, and I lived in Hurst and she lived in Crowley. And we were like a couple of young teenage kids. We just couldn't we wanted to see each other all the time. So it was late nights and staying up all night, going to work the next day and thinking, well, I might stay home. But no, hightailed it and trailed it on down. We'd hang out here again.
And one thing that he said, and then I'll let you get back to answering your questions. But one thing, we were on the phone one night, again, like he said, kind of like high school kids, and we were already in our late 40s, early 50s. And he said, while we were on the phone, he said, I got a secret out of the blue. And I said, well, what's the secret? And he said, I can't tell you. And then years later, on our wedding day, how you exchange gifts before you get married. And he sent me a card. And when I opened the card, he said, this was the secret. And so it was crazy, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. To go along with that, one of our first few conversations that her and I had on the phone, of course, we were talking, and right before we hung up, and this is like 3:00 in the morning, probably. And I just remember telling her, I have a secret that I have to tell you. And of course, she asked what it is. And I said, well, I can't tell you right now. And then, of course, we hung up, and I knew that probably just was in her head from who knows how long. But I knew what it was, and I just don't know why I said it, really. I really don't know why I said that to her, but I knew what it was. And I was going to marry her. And it was 8 months later, so I asked her if she would marry me, and she said yes, of course. And then the day of our wedding, of course, I gave her, a little, what they call it, pre-gift, premarital with a card, and I wrote in it, "This is my secret." And so that was cool. But yeah, that was where that came from out of the top of my head. I don't know, other than I did know what I said to her, and I knew what the secret was. I just don't know why I said it to her, but I'm glad she said yes, because this is a special woman, and how lucky I am, for sure.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, how lucky I am. And 8.5 years. So we're climbing that ladder of wedded bliss. And so I see a few more people coming in here again. Thank you guys. And I don't know if we missed any other questions or not, but
let me check.
That was a pretty good fairy tale for us, and how we got acquainted and married, and really good. But back to myself and the show, we have lived out here 2 years. The t-shirt thing, that was kind of a spur of the moment, just the idea that I thought, hey, we ought to do this. We were looking for something to do together, and thought, hey, let's do. Well, we tried a couple other things too, but we wasn't too thrilled with that action. But then all of a sudden one day I just thought, let's try t-shirts. And that's even where Full Blown Country came from, the name. I scribbled out that name and pretty much the design for my logo, years ago. And it just had it stashed away on a notebook pad, and YouTube wasn't a thought at all. I wished it would have been back then, but it was around. It's just I wasn't into it. But that became the logo. That became our little business, and started out doing shirts, and until I got the YouTube bug, and all that changed. I've been YouTubing now 3 months, 4 months, but once they started posting and seeing them on Facebook and wherever, and then it started kind of tying in with the online store and our business, baby's like, I can't have none of them shenanigans coinciding with our business, because that's nothing what we're trying to build our business to be. So we changed the name to FBC Mercantile and Boutique. So if you see that floating around, that's our new shop. And I think I'll have it linked. A lot of my merchandise will have to go through there, of course, too, which I do need to upload some more merch, t-shirts. I kind of was free-handing them out at Shoot Dang Fest, which is okay, and hats and whatnot. But I do need to restock, and I've even kind of been thinking of redesigning the logo a little bit too. Maybe not replacing it, but coming up with some more logos. So those hats were a hit, and a lot of folks that got them, and I'm grateful and appreciate that they wear them on their channels and shows. So, which is very nice and thoughtful, and I appreciate that. And that was even the thought in the beginning of this channel, was to cater to other channels and possibly do their merch for them. And it's pretty busy. It's a pretty busy thing to get into. And now that even I'm doing videos, that's a lot of work, because a lot of times we go to work and we come home, and if we got a bunch of orders and big orders, we're coming home and going right back to work. And we've spent many a nights out here hustling till 1 or 2 in the morning trying to finish up an order so we could ship it out and deliver it or whatever. So yeah, and we're doing vinyl and heat press transfers, and done some sublimations. I don't really like sublimation, and I don't really like vinyl work, really. I mean, it's quick and easy, but for a small order or short runs, it's okay. But to do 150 or so, we learned our lesson quick, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't doing that. Well, if we need it, we'll do it. But
it says Redbird Farm said they couldn't get your email to go through yesterday. So tell them again.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple up on there. I think the general email, but there's also a business email, and I don't mind sharing it if our baby can reply to her and send her one of our emails, either mine or yours.
Okay.
But it's fullblowncountryllc.com email, but there is a Full Blown Country LLC Gmail too. But
well, what do you
send them?
Ross?
M.Ross at Full Blown Country. That one of us will see it for sure. So. But yeah, you had mentioned that before, and I was kind of looking for it, but didn't see it. But I don't put pressure on nobody. If they want something, they'll get to me. So, but yeah.
The Vineyard Farmhouse says they need a Full Blown Country T-shirt so they can wear it on their lives.
Yep, I know. I owe Brian a Full Blown Country T-shirt because his old pops got one, but Brian didn't, and I need to send him a shirt and a hat too. And I'm not wearing anybody's channel merch tonight. I will, but I'm just wearing my "Everybody Needs a Friend Named Pooch" shirt, and because everybody does. A lot of people question that. I guess your name's Pooch, and yeah, they call me Pooch. Matter of fact, I don't know if you can see the back of my shirt. Is it showing up, babe, in there?
Yes, it says they call. Yeah, it is showing up.
Yep. They call me Pooch. A little funny. But yeah. Piggy Piddles, woohoo. 13 watching. Yeah, 13 watching now, I think I've got 163, 164 subscribers. So maybe if I'm consistent, it'll follow and keep growing. I hope so. Like many and all of us. I would love for this to be my full-time gig. Times change and you just get burned out on your career and you just want to do something else. You want to do something you enjoy. And the main thing is I just want to work from home, which I do occasionally get to, and probably pretty soon I'll be doing a little more working from home, but I'd rather focus on this here and be able to do this full time, mainly for content and just the interaction. That's a key thing to this, I believe, is interacting with your subscribers and all of that. So, yeah. Yeah, basically work for yourself. True. That's the end goal. Them t-shirts might get there as well, but again, that's pretty hard, consistent work to stay active behind them things and running them presses all the time. But it's fun. It is fun. Yeah, don't forget to smash that like button. Man, don't forget to, for those, well, most of y'all I'm sure are subscribed, but hit that notification button. And that's one thing I fail to mention a lot is like, subscribe, and hit the notifications. I'm glad I do that because I get to hit and see when all you folks go live and do your videos, and I get to be one of the first few to watch them. And I always try to comment and stay up with them. Let's see. Uh-oh. Giving a little Justin the bath, T&J Homestead. Yeah, I remember them days. Sure do. Y'all see y'all had a live just last week, T&J Homestead. And I try to catch everybody's, and I don't know where 12 Stones Ranch went, but I went on a, he's kind of new as well, and he doesn't have too many videos, but I binged watched him the other day to get caught up. And some of these new ones come up and you may have subscribed to them, but you just don't watch them as often as you should. And I'm guilty of that, but I do try to circle back and catch the latest. And it's just hard to, especially if you're a creator and you're wanting to produce your own videos, it's hard to sit back and watch videos all the time. And then you're like, well, I done wasted an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I could have put something of my own up there.
12 Stones Ranch is still there.
Oh yeah, good deal, buddy. Let's see,
I'm trying to get in the link.
Woodwork a thing within the sold today and when it started. Huh. Yeah. You should, Piggy. You and I are a lot the same, man. I'll tackle anything for something to do, but just to be doing something busy with the hands. I put a little live, or not live, but I did put a little video out yesterday of me at work, which that's a fine line on if I should or shouldn't do that. But I was in areas and doing some things that really didn't risk any violations for anything. So I thought, hey, I can do that, because boy, if I could film some stuff at work, some of the stuff I could show you guys, but that would probably get me fired if that got out there. All the more reason to work from home then. But this thing ain't generating enough to support me at home yet. So, and baby, I'd be sleeping in this little building probably then for sure, because she would say, out, no, you screwed up and I ain't having it. So, oh, Piggy, y'all, you know plenty, sir. And we got YouTube to watch and learn how to do something. That's for sure. Yeah, thanks, Elaine, for watching that video. It was kind of quick and easy, and I was able to share it. That's what matters. So I'll try to share some other stuff sometime and what's going on in my world there, because things change all the time around there, and there's no telling what I'll be doing. But boy, I'm glad this COVID thing is kind of slowed down. Didn't mean to use that word, but boy, the past few years been crazy with all the med air and oxygen use, and just having to keep on it. A lot of these hospitals and all these people that were sick, and the volume and the flow of oxygen that these facilities and hospitals were using, they wasn't designed for that. And there was a lot of issues, not only with supply and demand for oxygen for those that didn't have self-contained units that made their own oxygen, which even those wouldn't keep, but the piping and the lines that supply the buildings just wasn't built to handle that kind of flow, and that many people on oxygen. And lines were freezing up. You'd have somebody on staff all night long, either for oxygen change outs or just keeping water on the lines, keeping them from freezing up. I mean, it was crazy, but that's a sad situation too. I mean, a lot of folks didn't know whether to believe in some of that stuff, but I was on the fence a little bit about it too. But yeah, that was some serious business, and I seen and witnessed a lot of folks pass away, and a lot of families just heartbroken. And you come in one day, and then man, they immediately start shutting down, and just perfectly healthy people. And sad thing for sure. Knock on wood, I didn't get sick with any of it, and I was vaccinated, all of the vaccinations, the original shot, the booster shot, and the follow-up shot. And I wouldn't be surprised if they make us do something else. But I hadn't had any issues other than they tested us quite a bit to see, even though we might have been vaccinated, and I was carrying antibodies, and which meant that I had been exposed or had it. And I was like, well, I never felt sick, so thank goodness I didn't, or nobody close within my family experienced or lost from it. So, but yeah, hopefully that's passing. But something else will probably come along. And of course, now they got the monkeypox happening. And they're going to come up with something else. But the monkeypox, what the heck? I don't know. I surely want to stay away from that one. That's for sure, too. But sorry, got to run. Redbird, thank you, ma'am. Email me if you need to, Ken. Hopefully you got that. And I appreciate you being here. But, yep. But y'all throw some more questions at me. Let me answer some of these things. Something that you really just deeply have a desire to know about Pooch.
The T&J homestead, I did not get the vaccine either. And thank God I had COVID actually when Mike and I went to California. I didn't know it until when we got there, then I got it and lost all sense of taste and smell. Still I'm having problems with my smelling and taste, but I've not gotten a vaccine. And it's so funny how Mike and I are so much alike and then so much different in a lot of things. We voted differently. We Pooch cooks. I cannot. I unfortunately, I'm the cleaner. I clean really well, but I cannot cook. He cooks pretty good.
I had to learn to cook when I was young if I wanted to eat. So,
And my mom did all the cooking, and so we never did learn.
Yep. Old folks, see you folks too. But yeah, and I like to cook. So mostly outside and on the grill, and basically just to keep from heating the house up. And it's better to be outside cooking anyway. So I don't mind cooking at all outside. But don't let her fool you. She can cook.
No.
And she thinks it ain't good, but Pooch will inhale it most of the time. So probably like Piggy when Elaine's cooking. Yeah, Piggy's going to eat. Yep, Piggy cleans. So it's just the opposite. It's like you said, Elaine and Piggy, it's teamwork. Right, babe? You got to have teamwork. But we have fun. Piggy don't cook. Yeah. But yes, sir. But this could be fun. And I really appreciate all you guys coming in on this thing for my very first. And hopefully some other guys from some of the other big channels will pop in and at least say, hey, and let them know that they watch Pooch too a little bit. And
So where did the name Pooch come from?
Oh, well, I did explain that the other day I was talking to somebody, but Pooch actually came from her brother, Armando. And Armando is, yeah, there's Sonny. I see Sonny. Tristan, yeah, yep, country's right. But anyway, her brother, Armando, just said, look at that. Look at him. He looks like a Pooch. And the name stuck. And I like it. Everybody likes it. But her brother is one of the sweetest, genuine, man anybody would meet, and I'm not kidding you. I just love him. He is not. He's just a man's man, but a loving man and a sensitive heart. And oh my gosh, I I don't know what we'd do without him. I know she don't know what she'd do without him. But they're both of the same cloth too, though, because she's very sweet, sensitive, and passionate lover. And yeah, that's why I'm grateful to have her for sure as my wife, because old Pooch he's hardcore a little bit. And
Yeah, he is hardcore. Hi, Tristan. Tristan is my son, our son.
Yeah, old
my
Sonny.
Stepson, my son. I'm so glad he hopped on.
Yeah, and I know what he's talking about when he goes country. Yeah, that's the thing him and I have with each other. Country. Yeah, we country, all right. But yep. Oh, that's cool. What Brian do? Don't be surprised if Jerry Crocker pops in. He was in mine last night. Hey, you never know. I mean, those. Yes, what? Oh, hey all. Hey Scott. But that's right. Them guys sitting around and yep. Hey, Pooch is raw bone. So's Piggy. Piggy's raw bone too. But yeah, they sit around and probably watch different channels and subscribers, and they see certain names pop along a lot of the times, and they go check them out. So, which is cool. And I don't know, I miss Tim Rich Life, but I think I've heard Maddie talk about probably trying to do the watch and grow thing still. But yeah, it's just a good community, that we're all in, and we get to watch other channels, be a part of their chats, and like the Shoot Dang Fest, to meet a lot of the folks instead of just knowing the name or the picture, to be able to meet them. And now you have a visual and a personal touch with it, and that's really cool. And I was a nobody when I went to Shoot Dang. I mean, other than probably comments and all, but got to meet Brian too. But you go there and you see all them, then it's a weird feeling because you feel like you know them, but you didn't know them on a personal type level, which we didn't. But you come away from those type things feeling like you do, and it was just great. And I'm looking forward to another meetup sometime. I mean, it might not be a Shoot Dang Fest or whatever, but those kind of things, meet and greets or convention or whatever, those are fun, and a whole other branch of friendship that you can make right there. I appreciate it, Sonny. I love you too. We'll see you in a little while, I'm sure. He's working, huh? Yep, he's a working. It's too bad Dolls ain't on here. I don't know if Dolls knew about it. Then you'd probably get to see Dolls and Mondo, which Dolly is her brother's wife, and I think they watch quite a bit. And let's see, maybe we can also, yeah, for sure, text meetup. I know I'd mentioned that to him, that they kind of questioned. He's up in Greenville, and that'd be cool. 12 Stones, it sure would. Meet up and go fishing. Of course, she was brave, man. That little stumble, I thought, but then I thought, well, now he's liable to really stumble, because I know my bare feet are sensitive, and if I'd have stepped on a rock out there, I'd have been flailing around like a fish on the bank, probably trying to get up out of there. But I love to fish, and I haven't been able to fish. Man, it's been a couple years, hasn't it? Honestly, when I lost my son, that just kind of, our oldest son, that just kind of, that put everything on the burner for me. But definitely love to fish, avid. But I didn't really lose the desire. I just didn't, and now I just don't really have the time. Although I'm trying to I went and renewed my fishing license and drug all my gear out and went through it. But I haven't gone yet. But that time's coming, even though it's getting hotter. But yeah, I definitely need to go do some fishing for sure. Journey along with Shannon. Yeah. Hey, yeah, close to Fort. I've fished that lake before, that's for sure. Hey, somebody else. Oh, is baby on there? Oh, it's full blown country. Yeah, cool. But yeah, this is really cool, and I do know the next time that I actually do the lot, which I don't think I don't think this. Yeah, that's just what I was about to say, Brian. I don't think this is this little slot's claimed by anybody, so I think I'm going to try to claim this little slot Thursday nights at 7 and just roll with it. You know, I don't want to step on nobody's toes, but that's for sure. I think I'm going to try to claim this 7 o'clock spot and just keep on trucking. Hopefully, I know you got in on the 9 o'clock Wednesday nights, and was Tim Ridge Life? Did he have this slot, or has it been open? I don't really recall, Brian, but I'll definitely claim it, make it my own. Right? Maybe come out here with me too sometimes, and I might hand it over to her and just let her run it, and me sit over here. And no, baby's.
I have my own show.
Yeah, baby's got her own show, and yeah, if it works for you, do it. And let's see, cool. Then I can promote Wednesday. Yeah, I think I'm going to start promoting it a little more. Oh, Tim was 8 o'clock. Okay, but yeah, 7 o'clock. Heck yeah. I need a spot I can call my own, and as it grows, it'll get better. And I see 11 people in here, and that's 10 more than I thought, because I figured the one would be me on my laptop or iPad or phone or something. But oh yeah, our puppies went to the groomer today, so they got cleaned up and shaved. And
this is Izzy.
That's little E. What's your name, E? She's a good girl. She's our rescue pup, and she's a good girl. And then of course I got Mister. I think Elaine, her dog. Was you talking that your dog was a poo mix or something, or a Yorkie mix, or because we have a Yorkie poo.
It's a Skittles.
A little Skittles. Call him Mister, but he's a Yorkie poo. I think he's more. Well, he used to say he was Habanese. I don't know why he thought that, but he used to always call himself, I'm Habanese, but he's a Yorkie poo. More poodle, I think, than a Yorkie, but he's got the color, and he was black, had the Yorkie poo the Yorkie long hair and colors when he was a puppy, and he grew out of that quick. And ain't that right, Mister? But they're both good puppies, and it had about 15 and younger, 18. Oh, wow, that's cool. And yeah, 18 thumbs up. All right, man. I appreciate all that stuff. And I'm not sure on how all the analytics and all work just yet. And I'm just trying to keep myself out there and that's something I've really been focusing on, is trying to be more consistent, and whether it be a short or whatever, try to post something every day. And hey, T&J, I think 8 o'clock's probably open on Thursdays. Yeah, I think claim it while you can if you find your slot, because I know some folks random go live, and I don't think anybody does that intentionally, but some of those bigger channels have the right of way, that's for sure. But I don't know. One day we'll all be there. We'll all get there. And see, what's this here? And Elaine and Piggy, y'all were my first. And Brian, I may have to make you one of the moderators too. I know Elaine made me a moderator on her channel, but I have no clue what I'm doing yet. I need to probably study on what moderating does on there. So
just monitoring comments.
Yeah,
I'm getting ready to go in, but I'm so happy for you that you have made such great friends. Like even watching all the comments. I don't want to say especially, but I noticed that Piggy's Piddles and Aileen.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I love them.
That y'all have such a great connection, and it looks like this whole group and everybody that was able to go to where you went. Where'd you
Shoot Dang Fest.
Shoot Dang Fest. All have such a great friendship, and that is so cool. What a blessing.
Cool. Very
sure
cool
that you guys are all helping and promoting one another and supporting. Like, that is hard to find. Even in my my radio show, and which is great, and such a great opportunity for people to come on and be vulnerable and share. But there's so much competition out there that to find something like this, I guess is what I'm trying to say, is priceless. Like, you guys encourage one another and support one another, and there's not any kind of jealousy or competition from what I can see. It's amazing. So
yeah, it's see how's MT Homestead and all them family. We're family, community, family, but yeah. And it's awesome because, what would we be doing if we wasn't doing this? Probably sitting around watching TV or something. But this has definitely been a good thing for me because we cut just probably a month ago, or maybe a little longer. We cut our satellite off because we didn't watch it. We both watch YouTube, and she's involved with her radio and outside other stuff, communicating digitally and what. And so,
how did you get connected with everybody?
Well, actually, I got connected by watching the Crockers and then Ridge Life. That's how I kind of got connected and then involved in all. And then, of course, met Elaine and through Backwoods Mindset and Piggy and Brian, and then we went to Shoot Dang Fest and got connected with all these other channels, great channels. But yeah, and so we try to support one another and journey along with Shannon. She was there too, and there's a lot out there that are not on this live right now. But man, some of the content that these guys produce, like a lot of them have their own niche too. A lot, Elaine's Kitchen and Piggy's Piddles, and my channel's all over the place. I might be doing something outside, building something, working on the truck, or cooking on the grill, fencing. I plan on doing I wished I would have, when I did this building, it was before I was doing YouTube, but I wished I would have done a video shed to shop. Who knows how that would have went, but a lot of those guys are DIY, tiny living, shed to house kind of stuff, off grid. So yeah, and it's fun stuff to watch. But yeah, I'm thinking baby wants her a little she shed because
he's taken over this one.
This was ours, but yeah, it kind of got taken over now with this YouTube and all the other. So I probably need to make her one, or
I need a she shed.
But I was thinking of doing another one and making it all solar powered. So that might come up later on, but you never know. But yeah, we'll see how that works. But I always got to do something, and I'll even go fishing or whatever. But who knows what Pooch is doing? And if I remember and think about it, I'll try to tag the camera along with me and be sure and record it. So I'll see oh yeah, I see what Brian's saying, and that's it. That's it. That's how it works. And I've seen some of these other channels just blow up from like us, and it was all about the community sharing and putting it out there and sharing, and then you watch like was Come On Homestead and MT Homestead and the Crockers, but you got to prove a little something first. I think you got to prove that you're consistent, and and like everybody says, just be you. Don't try to be fake, and definitely, like what I've thought of my channel is I wanted to build it organically and not try to purchase all this other fake subscribers and watch times. And no, that ain't what it's about. I want to be able to grow organically in the right way. So that's what I'm about. But I'll take the help and the pushes from the channels I follow, that's for sure. And then I'll do the same. I like to promote other channels, and like my little seasoning that I got from Elaine, which was good stuff on that chicken that I cooked.
It was good.
I tried to make, yeah, thank you. But I tried to make that one video all about Elaine because she sent this to me and I had to use it and put it out there for Elaine. And I hope it done some good. So that's for sure. Sure do. And I'll use this up and buy some more. I'm going to try it on some beef next time. And the chicken was good though, for sure. I keep telling Elaine to whip up something, box it up, and air ship it to me, FedEx it or whatever.
Yes.
Because we'll take it, that's for sure. Elaine's always cooking up something good. I said, what, one of the best one I know to push? Yeah. Well, I hope so. I'll try, Elaine. Definitely try to do that. Let's see what we got here. I'm trying to follow some of the other questions. Oh, I know that, Jessica. The work schedule is, see, that's my thing. I work full time too. So, I might work 8, 10, 12 hours a day and then still get called in the middle of the night. So, and it's hard to try to keep on a persistent schedule, even though like this live is kind of just thrown up there to just so I could do it and have it. I wanted my first one, knock it out and get it out of the way and move and grow from there. It's all a learning experience. And I could have just sat here and looked at y'all and watched the chats go by and thinking, okay, I'll answer that one. But no, I had to be in on things and be with you guys and communicate and try to communicate one-on-one, but that's hard. And I definitely appreciate her being here. And I think some of the people that do moderate and know the tricks and know how to forward where you do recognize it. And I don't know. I mean, I'm watching the StreamYard chat row here.
But it's coming up the same on this.
Yeah.
It's not any.
Well, yeah, but I think if you see somebody that puts a @ in your channel, it'll come up in blue or orange, I think. If somebody put @ full blown country.
Yeah, it does.
So it catches your attention, but you don't see it that way on here. So, but yeah. See, that's worse than mine. Hello. I don't know what happened, but dang, that's worse than mine. See, I saw Brian. You're staying between 10 is in the chat.
10 to 13 in chat.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good for a first, I'm assuming. I mean, I haven't really watched the records and seen how all that worked because when I'm watching the big boys play, and there's 5,000 people in a chat and that chat just whoa, 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 and then you reply or comment somebody, then you see whoever commented to you and you're highlighted and it's and you're trying to go back and look at it. And
you're right, Beth. You're exactly right. There's no way he could sit here and not talk.
Oh no. I'll find something to talk about. I'll talk to a tree outside and if I needed somebody to talk to, so or a fence post. And that's crazy because I know I was talking to somebody else about, I think it might have been Brian, introvert and extrovert. A lot of times I can't go nowhere and she's a witness to it, but I can't go nowhere and she'll be off moseying around, turn around and look and wonder where I went. And I'm over there talking to somebody or somebody will come up and say, you look familiar. Most of the time that's you look familiar. And I'm just like, well, no, I don't know. But I've been accused or told I look back in the day like Terry Bradshaw. And I'm like, Terry Bradshaw? What the heck? Why do I look like Terry Bradshaw? Of all people. That's crazy. Talk to trees. Yeah. In my head, I mean, I talk for the dogs, so
Yes, it's hilarious. I mean, I really think that at one point,
This is
before Mike
crazy.
started doing all of this, at one point we were kind of joking around and we said that we should do a channel or make up a show or something where Mike talks for the dogs. But Mike is really one of the funniest guys. It's kind of one of the reasons why I fell in love with him. The first was that he's an extremely great listener. So yes, he does talk a lot, but he is probably he's actually the only man next to my brother that listens very well. He's a great listener. And so I fell in love with him for that. And the other is because he is so funny. He is so funny. So he talks for the dogs and it's hysterical. They cuss. They call him names in the morning. I mean, we wake up and he's talking for the dogs as soon as we get up, and they cuss him out when he's going to work. And it's hysterical. And so I think at some point that would be funny. That would be funny
to have my dog sitting up here and just me sitting off to the side, because I'll voice for both of them. And I get called some pretty crappy. I'm just trying to leave and go to work in the morning. Tell my puppy dogs bye and love on them, and then walk out the door. And right before I hit the doorknob to walk out, I get called I'm not going to cuss on my channel, but I get called some names, and it's just crazy. And or Tish and I'll be watching something, and I'll make a comment about it, and then Mr. will make a comment back to me, most of the time telling me I shouldn't think or talk that way. And then baby's like, "That's right, mister. Why does he always know how mama's thinking?" And I know she's thinking, because, and even though it's me talking, I know she's thinking, why can't you be like that instead of being all hardcore and rough and tumble? And
it's kind of like Mr. is his conscience. That's what's really, it's kind of like our dog is his conscience, because Mike is very hard, and
I am hard. And
I'm a softie, and so I get my feelings hurt. But the dog is, I think the dog is Mike's conscience for sure.
Probably so. That's me coming out through the dog, and then me is raw bone and hardcore. So because I don't know why. I mean, I guess grew up and job history and environment that you've been in kind of makes you that way. Because I could be pretty hard on folks and make some comments that hurt somebody's feeling, not intentionally or not meant to. It's just how it comes out. But I try to learn and listen to Mr. now, so he's helping me. Oh, let's see, what's it? Might be another reason why we connect. Oh, I Piggy, you talk for your hounds too over there.
That or he's hard.
Yeah, that or you're hard. Piggy's probably hard. Yeah, I bet Piggy's hard too. And Lane will probably chime in on that one in a little bit. Although I thought it was funny when Elaine said that she ignored you a little bit when you were acting up or whatever, but on one of her videos. And
Cindy Brown says that her husband is like that. He's just brutally open and honest.
Boy, I've learned to keep my mouth shut though, because I'd freely speak something, and I know it'll probably hurt her feelings, which I don't want to do or make her think otherwise. But I just know there's a lot of times where I'm prone to pop off, and I'm just not say nothing because.
But he doesn't always not say anything.
No, I don't always do that.
True. He does say a lot of things, but he is who he is, and I am who I am, and that's just how we roll.
Yep. I definitely ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but it might happen, and I just apologize in advance if I ever say something on here and somebody takes offense to it. But call me out too, though, so I'll know. I'll never know.
Said Piggy is straightforward. He speaks the truth and can be very blunt with it.
Yeah. Yep. It's a sad way to be, but sometimes that's that's how I was raised, though. You know, my parents and grandparents, they didn't put up with no crap, and they tell you right up front and bop you on, put a knot on your head, you'd have to tiptoe to scratch. So,
Hat Creek Homestead said, I don't have a filter, and I don't care if the truth hurts their feelings. But
yeah, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but yeah, I get you, Hat Creek, sure do. Oh yeah, but yeah, it's a tough thing sometimes to keep your mouth shut when you're raw bone and you want to either blow your top or. Now I really act a fool if I got my top blown. That's for. I haven't done that in a while though, have I? I haven't lost my cool and really acted a fool. I don't think in quite a while, but
yeah, I mean, I mean, when obviously you guys probably know when you're married that you change and you grow and you evolve, and so I think Mike is, like he said, watching what he says, but I too have learned to not push buttons, and so I think that you just work together and but what did that say?
Where?
He said, can you go? Oh, no, you can't scroll here.
Yeah.
Let's go down.
I can scroll a little bit. I don't know where to go.
Now here, okay. You can't hurt my feelings. I used to hold the flashlight for my daddy.
Oh, that's right.
After 24 years together, if my hubby is too hard on me, I just tell him he's being a butthole. I don't use the word, but I love that. I'm going to start saying that, babe.
Yeah. Used to, I would probably, in our early years, I would probably, well, we both kind of got our feelings hurt on stuff. And it's just because we didn't really know each other and the tones or how we were communicating. But, because of course she might say something and I'm going to respond back and likewise. But now I think we've adjusted and know each other's tonnage and sarcasm and knowing that, hey, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm just trying to be funny, and that's what she's trying to do too a lot of, because we laugh a lot more now at each other than we did at first, huh? Before we get bent out of shape and broke off in the quick and be PO'd. But no, yeah, we try not to do that anymore.
Well, I'm going to take the dogs in. You only have a couple of minutes, and but it was nice to meet everybody, and
thank you for
proud of my
coming in
baby, and of course, yeah, I love you, baby.
Love you too, my pretty.
Come on, guys.
But yeah, I appreciate everybody being in, and I still look like holding at 13, which is pretty good, and enjoying seeing the comments too as I watch. And I know nobody wants to look at the side of my face, and I try to look at the camera, but you guys I appreciate y'all being my first attendees on my live. And let's see, I know T&J Homestead. Well, you folks keep it up too, Teddy and Jessica, because I like watching you guys, and it's fun to go back. And Brian, Vineyard Farmhouse, gave me a little piece of advice the other day, and I took him up on it, and I went back and watched Tim on Rich Live, his very first live. Granted, that dude's amazing, and he's been amazing. But even I went back and watched his first live, and like Brian had said, you could tell he was a little nervous and trying. And I think he only had 35 subscribers at that time too when he did that. But look at him now, and look how far he's come, and that's just a testament to all of us folks out there who are small and trying to grow and just, keep at it, learn, keep going, and hopefully we'll all make something. We're making something of it. It doesn't matter how big or small we are, we're making something of it. So that's what's cool. And this stuff's here forever, But I'm again trying to learn the dynamics of editing and audio subscription stuff that we got, and I'd full fully admit I went about this the opposite way of what anybody says how you should do it. Use your iPhones, use everything you got. I'm like, oh no, man, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right, or so I think, right, and I'm going all out, and I'm buying the stuff I need, and which is kind of stupid too if you think about it, because you don't know how to use all that crap. And I'm learning how to use all this equipment, but it's fun and I like it, and hopefully I'll be able to, which I can. I don't use the phone a lot. I have a little GoPro and then a Sony camera, but I want to be able to go outside and walk around too, and be live. And I think the GoPro goes live, but I know I could use my cell. But yeah, but all this stuff and editing, I'm trying to master that. I'm about to upgrade my editing because I'm using my Microsoft Photo with film editing in it. And then I also use Canva, which is something I've started using more of, and doing thumbnails and all of that. So, it's just a thing of learning process and getting better and crafting your skill, as they say. But it's definitely fun, and it's the right you are, Mike. Thank you, Brian. But I really, for myself, like to be outside doing stuff, and that's where I think I want to be, mostly videoing and showing and sharing. And I like to build stuff, and I'm no carpenter, but I can sure throw something together, and it's good enough for me. That's what counts. And boy, I'm sure I got all that fencing stuff I bought a while back. I've got some post set, but I still got a bunch to do, and it's just a matter of time. I don't have all the time to get out there and tackle that. And then here it is, summertime coming up, and baby and I have a show to go get into this weekend, and that's something we really want to focus on and build is our business with arts, crafts, and conferences. And because Burleson and Crowley, the little small towns, they have big celebrations and events, live Friday night live music, and a big square. Crowley's really revamping the city here, but to be able to go set up a booth out there and peddle your merchandise. And yeah, I love Canva too, actually. That's where I'm at now, and I'm sure I'll upgrade, but I'm jumping all over the place. But yeah, just peddling shirts and whatnot, and talking about buying the equipment for video, and that same thing with buying t-shirt making equipment. And it's expensive, but hey, you got to start somewhere, and I'm a believer in that. But I believe in getting the quality too over just something cheap that you can buy real cheap and it not last very long. But thank goodness, because we've made quite a few shirts, and I hadn't had a bit of trouble out of our heat press equipment, and spent a lot of money in blanks and stuff too. So you don't like wasting that stuff, and that's really what got me in the beginning, was the waste of products, because I'd do a shirt, do it wrong, and I'm like, dang, that, because most of our shirts aren't your typical t-shirt Gildans, because we like to use Bella canvas, and it's a little more than your Gildans and all. But I'll run a shirt and just think, dang, there's $15, or could have been $15-$20, but it's a process and learning. You got to count that in your business model, of course. But I'm just sitting here rambling now, pretty much 8:04, and I still got 13 folks in here, and well, I'm impressed. I am impressed, and appreciate you all. I see lots to do, little time and money. Yeah, I know that I think everybody knows that with the way times are right now, the economy and inflation, and so yeah, and who knows? Well, I don't think we've seen anything yet to what's to come. Gas has gone up, and food. I mean, it's all gone up. And it's crazy times right now. I don't know. I really don't know where we're headed right now. Unfortunately, I have my opinions on some stuff, and I'm definitely not going to get into that with nobody. But who knows? Maybe we agree, maybe we don't. But that's not a place to hash any of that out. So we all just trying to make it in this rat race in this world. Yeah, use my phone. I use my phone to video too. Now I've used the phone for shorts and stuff, and it works perfectly fine. What I think I used it a couple my first few times, and then I realized how much memory it ate up, and I was like, oh no, because I mean I filled that phone up quick with files, and so at least on the computer I can download those files and store it on a drive, and I'm not backing up. And you can the phone too, but it's just easier for me to do all that on my computer, and I can pull it off and save it somewhere. 2x4s were only $5 and some today at home. Well, I need to go to Home Depot and buy some wood myself, but I need to finish one project before I go wanting to get into another one. Because I got thinking I can want to do all this stuff and go by it, and yet I ain't even finished one I need to finish yet. Not small increments, but grouping. What's that, Teddy or Jessica? Or am I missing some other conversation there? This has been a great live. I think you will do well. Thank you, Miss Cornett. I appreciate you being here and jumping in. I'm trying to roll back and see some of the schedules or comments on here. But yes, I greatly appreciate all you folks that showed up for it. And hopefully I can attract you to the next one, and hopefully some other folks see it and want to join in on the fun, and probably try to put together a little bit of a format for the next one. But it's fun going raw bone. Just get on there and go for it. See where it goes. I do a lot like that, but I think it'd be better to have something put together and run an actual show like my wife does on her radio shows. And I don't know, has anybody heard about Brian, Wandering Arts? I haven't seen much, and just kind of curious about how he's doing. And boy, such a turnaround for that man. Right before Shoot Dang, he had that stroke, and I was surprised he made it to Shoot Dang Fest, and he was coming back and working hard on recovering. And then just last week, unfortunately, he suffered another one, and yeah, Maddie has, and suffered another one. And yes, Brian from Wandering Arts. And I think it affected his other side. And man, none of us know what we're in for, It could happen to any of us. For all I know, I mean, I'm gonna wake up dead the next morning. Not been much on Brian. It's gonna be a long, yeah, it is. I wish Maddie Backwoods would have got in here on my live. Who knows? Maybe he's lurking in there somewhere and just hadn't commented watching. But Maddie's a good dude too. I've enjoyed watching him. And he blew up too pretty after the Crockers got a hold of him as well. Sharing the love, that's for sure. Last we heard that he posted a video saying that he was doing a little better, but on another mate, yeah. Well, no, he's doing okay. He's in rehab, Teddy and Jessica, but yeah, it was a bad one. I hope I hope he fights through it for sure. Maddie's fixing his back. Yeah, I watched Maddie's earlier video about he was getting ready to fix it, and that's we're all so spread out all over the place. It just makes me wish we were all closer together somehow, just to be able to go help each other out. I always wish I was up there with Piggy and Elaine because I could go help Piggy and get to eat something Elaine cooks. The trade off would be good. I'd like Piggy and Elaine to be down here as well. And Treasure Hunter, I know you're all over the place. Oh, driving. I used to truck drive. I used to drive OTR back in the days, and man, it well, my first wife. Well, let's kind of go back, man. We're clicking right along in here. I hope I'm not but my first wife and I worked for Oil States Industries, LTV Energy Products, and I was one of those kind of guys right out of high school. I went to work, and this is back in the early 80s, and was lucky. Went to work making dang good money right off the bat, and worked offshore platforms and was just making a killing. And then got married, of course, and had my first son, and I was gone a lot. I was gone out 12 days out and 6-7 days home, and my wife got tired of it. Now she liked the money, but she didn't like me being gone. And so she kind of gave me an ultimatum, and I was like, well, okay. So I got out of that, and then I started truck driving and got in CDL, went on the road, and was making good money too then. But Treasure Hunter, I'm sure you know that what those dispatchers tell you ain't always the truth. You'd be out on the road 10 days and home 3 or 4, and you'd be out on the road 10, 12, 14 days and come home, be home 1 or 2 days. Well, that got old quick with her too, and it got old quick with me. And then, but she gave me an ultimatum. It was either the job or me and the kids. And I was like, oh, that's easy. So gave up truck. Well, I had to keep making money, but I came off the road and went interstate and kind of stayed Texas and Oklahoma, and started doing some of those container out of the sea land and rail yards, and did that for a little bit. But it got old too. Back when the fuel surcharges and all started kicking in really hard in the mid 90s, but yeah, I got out of driving then too, and then got smart because my wife my first wife was a nurse, and she had gone to school and got there. So after she graduated and was working, I went to school, and I went back and got my HVAC license and contractor and EPA and all that stuff. And I lucked out. I got out of school and went to work right off the bat for a medical group, healthcare, and they were a growing company, and went in as an engineer. Within 6 months, I was the facilities director for them, and we were growing. And I was with them for about 11 years in HCA hospital network. And then all of a sudden, right before Tish and I got married, I was approached by another big healthcare network. I don't want to say the name, but it's a big, well-known. I'm sure a lot of y'all know of them. And I was approached by them about taking on a position with them in facilities management and building. We have built and grown. We're still building and growing. But I've been doing healthcare facility management now for about 20 years, and rewarding, yes, never used other than from the first 6 months of getting out of that school, never used not one bit of that HVAC stuff. Just never used it ever since. And I knew I wasn't going to be residential when I was doing it. I was like, there's no way I'll be a residential HVAC guy. But I was kind of looking towards the big time cold storage refrigeration type of HVAC, ammonia and all of that. But never got into it, and been in healthcare facilities now for 20 something years, and I'm ready to get out of it too. But yeah, over the road, man. Oh, you don't really have a dispatcher. I've thought if I was to get back into it, I would want to do specialized and probably do those big old windmill turbines. I think that's what I would do if I was to get back into trucking or driving or any type over the road. But no, it's not. My dad drove a truck for years. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, it's not as fun as it used to be either. Teddy or Jessica. I'm sure Treasure Hunter will tell you it's not as fun either. Yeah, Blade Runner. That's right, a Blade Runner. That's probably what I would do if I was to do it again. I don't see me doing it again, but that'd be what I did. But I started out with Watkins Motor Lines. I don't know if you know about them, Treasure Hunter. I'm sure you do, but I was trying to get a line haul slot with them, and but I was low on the pole and couldn't seem to get that local line haul run, and then FedEx bought them out. So that's where I resorted to going and driving. I bought my own truck and then was driving and pulling containers, interstate, out of the rail yards and down to the port. And that's what I did when I gave it up. Yep. Oh, Watkins Motor Lines, pulling them doubles, those pups. That was some crazy stuff too, let me tell you, especially when you get on some ice slick roads and whatnot. God. I was a pretty good yard hustler too. Now I can back those doubles up. I can hook sets all day long from the dock, mind you. Wiggle wagons, that's for sure, boy. See that back trailer floating around back there, and you don't want to get back into that at all. That you're going to lift Jackson, just one. Yeah, you're right, Piggy. You are right. Well, I've carried this one on. Hopefully, we ain't missing nobody else, but I may have to get off this thing pretty quick, and I'll wake up tomorrow hoarse. But I appreciate all of you guys, and if we get off here, most of y'all have been good about leaving comments, and I appreciate all of it. And from the sounds and looks of most of them, it sounded and looked pretty good. And yeah, the Vineyard, Brian. Yep. Subscribe, smash that bell. Yeah, subscribe and be sure and hit that notification and leave a comment for all you folks but I think most of y'all are subscribers, and I do appreciate it. But if not, share. Let everybody know about Pooch, because everybody needs a friend named Pooch. It's been interesting. Thank you, Elaine. YouTube. Thanks, folks, for looking better for some merch. Oh yeah, and if anybody's looking for any kind of merch, let me know if I can help. Hats, shirts. Leave a comment, make your subscription stick. That's true. Yeah, hopefully I need to make some more and get some more of if anybody's interested in my stuff, I'm going to get some more put up on the website soon and have those available. And because, man, they did. When I went to shoot dang, I was pretty much just giving them out. That was the whole intent of that. And I wished I'd have had more because some folks got some and some didn't. And I even threw together some inexpensive stuff and was just trying to get all I could to take. And maybe one day soon we can do a live or a meetup, all of us again. And I know we're in Texas, but I don't mind traveling. That Oklahoma one was fun, and my wife was up in Tennessee, and I didn't want to go, but I wished I would have. I wished I would have known and realized that's where Piggy and Elaine was, because I would have went, and I'd have went and visited with you guys while they went and visited Nashville, because I've been to Nashville, but yeah, been love to have met up with Piggy and Elaine. It did go by pretty fast. I got there Friday and left Sunday. But I was off the following week too after that shoot dang. I kind of planned it just right. And that's a bad thing for me. I get 5 weeks of vacation a year. And it's so hard for me to take it because I don't like going back to work and playing catch up afterwards. I could take a week every 3 months, and used to, they'd let us roll over a little bit of time, and they also had buyback. But a few years ago, they cut that out, and it was use it or lose it now. And like I said, I get 5 weeks a year and steadily gaining more time as my tenure grows with them. So now I have also donated some of my PTO to other folks that might have had a health issue and used up all their time, or a death in the family and exceeded their time and their grief funeral time gone. But so I've donated some of my PTO as well, but I would hope if I ever needed it, but I've only used here it is the middle of the year already, and I've only used 1 week of PTO time. I need to start using it again. Wait till the last 2 months of the year and then take a week here. I've even gone as far as to work 4-day weeks and just take Fridays off. But yeah. Well, folks, I see the comments slowing down, but I still got 13 that I can see in here. And boy, I greatly appreciate you guys hopping in. And I think I'm going to snag this 7 o'clock spot on Thursday nights and call it the Hot Mic Live with Pooch. That was pretty fun making that little thumbnail too, that hot mic. I'll make a different one probably. I might roll with that one for a little bit. But again, folks, yeah, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I appreciate all you guys, and just keep a lookout on what FBC and Pooch throws up out there. I'm sure I'll have another video coming up. I got to go to my niece's graduation tomorrow, but weekend's coming. But again, folks, I appreciate all of it. The encouragement, Brian, Elaine, and Piggy, and all you guys that have gotten in here with me. And I appreciate all y'all, and I look forward to the next one. And if y'all got a topic, an idea, share it with me. Share me your comments. Good, bad, ugly, I don't care. Yep, wild diehards. That's right. Bunch of diehards. 12 Stones Ranch. All you guys, thank you. Pooch is going to sign off and enjoy this cold snack. Yes, sir.